What's up, family? Welcome to Packet Chasers, and we are getting ready for another exciting video. This particular video, we're going to be working on some basic VLAN configurations. And if you're working towards achieving your CCNA certification and you want to see how live VLAN configurations look on live equipment, you've come to the right place. Before we get started, please take time to like and subscribe. Welcome to the tribe. Say if you don't get a chance to catch the live videos, the second best option is to check out this recorded session, family. So, task one, we're going to is going to be a intro to VLANs. Intro to VLAN. So VLAN stands for Virtual Local Area Network. That brings up the question, why do we need VLANs? You get me? Why do we need VLANs? Well, VLANs allow us to subnet networks logically rather than physically. And what I mean by that is, a long time ago, before the onset of VLANs, people would subnet based on the IP address schema. Now you can still, use IP address schema for subnetting, but you can also use VLANs to subnet. Another reason subnet or segment the network, let me say that. Another reason VLANs are important is security. Now you're able to, before the VLANs came out, every subnet had to have a separate switch. So you would have to I'm just going to divide it up into three colors. You got red, accounting, green for engineering, and blue for HR. These three different groups, you do not want the information shared between the three groups. So each group would have a separate switch for their particular group or their particular subnet. So if you had like each person, if you had a person from HR on the first floor, on the second floor, on the third floor, now you would have to have a switch for HR on the first floor, on the second floor, on the third floor. Now that we have VLANs, we could just separate that by ports. You can have one switch on the first floor, one switch on the second floor, one switch on the third floor, and it'll be able to provide access for any one of those group members on any floor based on the port. So as I said, security wise, these VLANs, they allow for subnetting, segmentation of the network at the layer 2 level, for lack of a better word. Another aspect is network efficiency. as stated before, it's more efficient to have one switch on each floor that can be divided between all of the groups, that all of the groups can share that switch, rather than having each group needing their own switch on each floor. This is having VLANs is a more efficient way to deliver uh, services across your networks to different groups. Lastly, ease of management. It's much easier to manage 3 switches than it would be to manage 9 switches, family. So I hope you guys are able to grasp that. Task 2, we're going to look at default switch configs. We're going to look at the default VLAN or the default VLANs on switch configs. All right, so here, let's do that real quick. Let me see. Menu, Cisco. Wow. All right, let's log into switch 1. Show run. All right, so what we see right here is IP subnet 0. A lot of crypto stuff. Spanning tree mode is per VLAN. Spanning tree. We have a macro ran right here across the switch to create VLAN 40 across the network. So as you can see, we have a couple of ports already configured. Here's the IP address for VLAN 1, which is most likely the default VLAN, but we're going to check. Show VLANs. Boom. Now here on the show VLANs, we can see right here that VLAN 1 is the default VLAN and is active on the following ports: port 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. Show run int FA0/2. Right, so it's no specific configuration on interface FA02, so that means it's going to be allowed to live on the default VLAN. Any switch port that isn't configured specifically is going to fall back and be a member of the default VLAN. Right, and so let's check out int FA01 right here. As you can see, int FA01 is assigned to a specific VLAN, which is VLAN 10, right? Show VLAN. What is the default VLAN? right? Boom. So basically, VLAN 1 and VLAN 2 are on different subnets, right? So what I mean by that is that if there's a device that's configured for VLAN 1 and is placed on a port a switch port that's configured for VLAN 10, the two devices aren't going to be able to communicate. Right now, I don't have any computers connected to any of the switch ports, but when we get together again, I'm going to make sure as to have some nodes or some computers set up, on the specific VLANs. That way I could better demonstrate uh, if two different devices are configured for different VLANs, how they won't be able to ping each other, right? So let me take a look at the running configuration one more time. All right, so VLAN 1 has an IP address, right? So any device that will reside on VLAN 1 would have to be a part of this particular subnet family. Let me see. Right, so here we go right here. VLAN 1 is up. That's the IP address, and we've seen all of the ports that are members of VLAN 1, which is like FAO01. You can see it's a member of VLAN 1, I believe, and it's up. I don't know what it's connected to either. Let me see. All right, so here we go. R1, switch 2, we could switch 2. Those are the ports we could see. Switch 3, R2 is on gig 1. Right, let me check out something else. Show MAC, add table. So we could see VLAN 1 is on FAO 19 and FAO 20, which 19 and 20 connect to switch 3. So let me see something real quick. This is what I'm getting at. I'm gonna do a real quick discovery drawing. Right, so let me see. I'm gonna go here. Where's those? Oh, here they go. Right, so bam, we got that. That's gonna be like switch one, and then we'll call this like the other switch. Let me see what two switches we talking about here. So as I was saying, like switch 3, port 19 and 20. All right, so this is like switch 3, and this is switch 1, right? Switch 1. And let me see, show IP int. So let me see, no, show VLANs. That's what I want to do. So right, so we could determine what's the default VLAN, and we were able to determine VLAN 1 is the default VLAN, right? So let's see, task 3. We're gonna do a basic VLAN config. Wow. So we're gonna create VLAN 600, since some of the other VLANs is already being created. So it's a couple of ways you could do this. You could go VLAN 600. So that's created that VLAN, and then you could go int FA. Here, let me see some. Show. All right, so there it is. VLAN, create VLAN 600. So config T. Then we use the VLAN number to define what VLAN we were creating. Boom. VLAN 600. That's how that was done. Next, we want to assign names to the VLAN, right? What are we going to name it? Test. All right, that's how we do it. To assign config T, assign names to the VLAN. We're going to type name test. Wow. All right, so Control Z, and then we're going to run the show VLANs to make sure that the name is stuck. Show VLAN. Right, so we can see right there that VLAN 600 is active and it's named test. So, boom. We were successful with that. Task 4, assign ports to VLAN, right? Okay. All right. So let's see what port we're going to assign to VLAN 600. What's free? So we could pick any of these default ports right here. So we're going to choose 11, 12, and 13. You get me? Boom. And we're going to assign 11, 12, and 13 to VLAN 600. So config T, int. We're going to use the int range command so that we can do all of those ports at the same. We could assign all of those ports to VLAN 600 at the same time. You get me? So that's int range FAO 011 through 13. Switch port access VLAN 600. No shut. I'm not going to write it because this is just a class. So I'm not going to save it because it's not needed in the bigger scope of things. All right, so show VLAN. Now, as we can see, VLAN 600 has been created, is named test, is active, and ports fast Ethernet 11, 12, and 13 are assigned to VLAN 600. You run the show run command. All right, there go my VLANs right there. 11, 12, and 13 are assigned to VLAN 600. So, family, today what we did was some basic VLAN configuration. Here's the steps and the tasks that we achieved today. If you want to know if you want to know something about VLANs, we did an intro to what VLANs are. Task 2, we looked at the default VLAN on a live switch configuration. Task 3, we configured VLAN 600, meaning we created the VLAN and we assigned names to that VLAN. So here, that's another task. Task 4, assign name to the VLAN, right? And then task 5, we assign ports to VLAN 600. So I'm gonna save this. Yeah. So that we'll have the document available when I write my little CCNA notebook, so to say. Once again, I'd like to say thank you all for taking time to check out our Cisco CCNA VLAN Basic Configuration Lab. If you have any questions, concerns, or any ideas that you can give to us, or hit the comment section and let us know what we could do to make this session better. Secondly, if you'd like to get access to any of the devices on the lab, please reach out to me, send me an email, a DM, something like that, and we can collaborate together to do some live labs on some live equipment. Lastly, folks, I'd like to say thank you for taking time to watch the video. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified next time we do a Cisco lab. The next lab for tomorrow that is going to be up. The lab up for tomorrow, this is lab 2. Lab number 3 is going to be VLAN trunking. So tomorrow we're going to be doing a VLAN trunking lab. So make sure you set the clock and you pull up and you come and check us out tomorrow, family. Thanks for watching. Please enjoy the rest of your day. And if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want to go far, take some folks with you. That's the concept. And we're trying to collaborate and work together so that we can all get our CCNAs as a group, family. Thanks for watching.